again. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I wanted to show how I color on white. When you have a white dress that you want to color, you just don't want to leave it white. You want to add some shading to it to make it look a little more realistic. So I'm not the best at this, I think, but I try the best I can to add some shading where I think it needs it. And I just did real quickly there the folds first, and now I am giving her a little bit of shape to the top of her dress, so it doesn't just look flat. And I just added some shape there where I think the dress would wrap around her. So here I am going with the darker. I started with C1, I'm going with C3 just to add a little more dark to the dress, and then I'm gonna go back and light it up with a lighter color. So here I am just going again over the folds, and just adding a little more shading where I think it needs it, and that is entirely up to you. And then I'm just gonna add a little more around the waist and the front there. And now I'm gonna go back to C1, and I'm gonna lighten up the color a little bit, because I don't want it to be too dark. And then I'm just going to go over it and do a little blending to soften the color that I just added. So I'm just going back over the folds and maybe extending it a bit in some areas. And again, see, I extended that a little bit upward. And then I'm going to go back to her waist and the front of her body just to add a little more there. And like I said, if you need to, you can light it up some. So I'm gonna go with the 0, which is just a colorless blender, and I'm gonna take away some of the color to make it a little lighter until I'm happy with it. And there's many different ways of doing this. This is just the way I do it. I hope that the method that I'm showing you works for you. And this image is by Sasayaki Glitter Stamps. And I had already colored the rest of the image because it was going to take me too long. And here I'm just adding a little bit of color on the top of her dress. She has like some really pretty flowers. So I used R85 and R81. Just pretty much dabbing on the color, not really even doing too much, just kind of dab some color here and there. And then I'm going to do her cheeks, and I'm going to use a Prismacolor pencil, which is my favorite, and I'll just do a little bit on her cheeks there. And then I'm going to soften it with another marker, another pencil, which is the white Prismacolor, just to go over it a little bit, just to soften that a bit. And that is basically how I color. Thank you so much, and please stop by again. Bye bye.